How's it going, guys? Today's video is going to be about the upcoming fight in the middleweight division this weekend between Jermall Charlo and Sergiy Derevyanchenko. This is an excellent matchup. I think it's going to be a very competitive, exciting fight. It's been a very tough fight for me to decide on who I'm going to be picking in this fight. Like I said, I think it's a near 50-50 fight. Both fighters have very good fundamentals and are very technically sound. Both fighters have good jabs. Jermall Charlo is the taller fighter out of the two and has a reach advantage as well as a power advantage. So I think his jab's going to be more effective, and if somebody's to get knocked out, I'd expect Derevyanchenko to get knocked out. I think Charlo has the bigger power out of the two. That's not to say Sergiy Derevyanchenko can't punch. I just think Jermall Charlo has the edge in the power department. Like I say, both fighters have good jabs. Charlo, I think, has the harder, stiffer jab, and he has the reach advantage in the fight. Sergiy Derevyanchenko, to me, has the advantage in footwork, foot speed, as well as being the better inside fighter. When Derevyanchenko gets on the inside, he likes to use his footwork to create angles and turn his opponent. He'll turn his opponent and then punch him, with a hook. He's got nice short hooks and uppercuts, and he's a decent body puncher as well. Like I say, he's not the biggest puncher. Like I say, this is going to be a tough fight to pick. Sergiy Derevyanchenko has been in with the better competition, in my opinion, having fought the likes of Triple G and Danny Jacobs. Both those fights were extremely competitive fights. He lost them both by decision, and in both those fights he got dropped early. So in my opinion, if he's going to win this fight, he can't start as slow as he did in those fights and get caught cold. He's going to need to be switched on from the get-go, because if he starts slow against Charlo, who's quite a fast starter, he could get knocked out or dropped again, which is going to be very impactful on the outcome of this fight, because if he gets behind early against Charlo, then it's going to be really hard for him to get the decision in this fight, because Charlo is quite a fan favorite, and he seems to get the decision in all of his close fights, such as his fights against Korobov and Trout. Very competitive close fights, and he got the nod both times. But with this fight not having an audience, this is one of the reasons why I'm also leaning towards Derevyanchenko, because normally in a Charlo fight, he's the more flashy, eye-catching puncher, and he's going to be the more flashy, eye-catching puncher in this fight as well. But due to the fact that there's not going to be a crowd in there that erupts every time he lands a shot or throws a punch, there's going to be no crowd, so they're not going to be able to influence the judges, which normally helps Charlo get the decision, because the crowd normally goes crazy when he lands a good hard shot. And I think Charlo is also a momentum fighter that feeds off of the energy of the crowd. He's not going to have that in this fight. So it's going to be similar to an amateur fight, no crowd. And Derevyanchenko, I think, will be suited better to having no crowd, because he had a very in-depth amateur pedigree and amateur background, so he's used to that, and he doesn't really have a big fan base in America, although, there is a decent Ukrainian fan base, I think, in New York, where he's from, but he's used to being the guy that has the crowd against him. But in this fight, he's not even going to have that disadvantage. So if Derevyanchenko can kind of negate Charlo's jab and come in low and get underneath Charlo's jab, get on the inside, put him up on the ropes and outwork him and out-hustle him, I think he can win a decision or possibly get a late stoppage over Charlo. I think this is his best chance to be able to get a decision over Charlo due to there being no crowd there. I'm leaning towards Derevyanchenko in this fight. probably to win a competitive close decision. I won't be surprised though if Charlo wins a fight by knockout or by decision. I mean, he is the favorite in the fight. He's the bigger guy. He has more power. I won't be surprised if he wins the fight. However, I'm leaning towards Derevyanchenko to outwork, out-hustle Charlo and win a decision in a close competitive fight. Should be a very good fight. Should be very exciting to watch. Thanks for listening to the video, guys. Let me know who you guys are picking. I'm expecting most of you to be picking Charlo. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, guys. And one more thing. Can you guys please hit the like button and subscribe? That would really help out with this channel. Thanks for listening, guys.